big round of applause to the team here. So we're going to talk about how we're going to support and are supporting e-commerce business moving forward, and how we can help solve some of the endless challenges within e-commerce. But first, before we get started, a rebrand. So if you have followed what we've been doing on social media and all the commercial activities up to this event, you've probably seen that we listen to our customers, right? And we keep hearing them saying our name in very funky ways. And BotXO is really, it's the idea behind BotXO is bot is the technology, and XO comes from kisses and hugs, and that's humans, and we really believe in technology to help provide better services and opportunities for humans. But people kept having troubles pronouncing our name, even the lunch provider, the wrong name, right? So everything from Botoxo or Botcho, anything, you named it, we heard it, and we listened. So today we're changing our name, and with a new name comes a new brand and a new identity, and we're here to reveal that as the first thing today. Here goes. Thank you. So it's pretty obvious why we changed the name away from Botoxo or Botcho, but why certainly? Well, certainly it has a very positive connotation, right? It's also the second half of a conversation, and it's the answer to a question. So, can you help me find a nice t-shirt? Certainly. Can you help me return a product? Certainly. Can you fetch my Batmobile? Certainly, sir. So whatever the question, the answer is the same. Our name? Certainly, exactly. Thank you. We're super excited about this. We worked really hard on it. So I want to take a few minutes to explain who we are and what we do, right? So we're a platform for conversational commerce. So, and why is that? Well, we all know e-commerce has search, and it's bigger and faster and better than ever before, but still we rely on people finding their way around an unmanned store. So we want them to be clicking, ticking, filtering, endless options, and then maybe they end up finding the right or the wrong product, or maybe it's just not the right size because they needed that proper guide. And that's what we're here to change today. We want to make it more personal. We want to make it more fit for humans. So turn the technology around and base it on how we as humans communicate instead of clicking and filtering from here until the end of the day. So is e-commerce changing today? Certainly, exactly. So I also want to talk about the situation. We want to name a shared enemy, an enemy we all have, that if we win over that enemy, it will create enormous opportunity and value for all of us. And the enemy is that fact, as you can see up here. The fact is that 98% of all online visitors, people, they don't convert. So looking across all web shops, the average is 98%. Some of you might do a little bit more, but this is real numbers. And why? Why are the 98% not converting? And we want to focus on that today. And do we know why? No, we don't. It's guesswork at best. And that's the challenge. That's some of the things that we want to solve. How can we actually tap into the minds of the 98% and help them when they are on our website? So the situation today is we have a lot of visitors on a website, We have, in comparison, relatively small conversion rate, and that drives some revenue. And it's from that revenue that we need to fuel everything. And competition is increasing, CAC is growing, so we need as much revenue as we can to fuel our sales and marketing, to do our product innovation, to grow as fast as we want. So maybe if we could just do something about that. And we think we can, because a lot of the guesswork is because we don't know why those 98% are not converting. We don't know that today, because we're not in contact with them. So, but what if we could get more out of them? And that's the solution. That's the promised land. That's where we think we can go. And we're already seeing results on that. And at the core of the solution is conversations. So conversations is how we as humans interact to understand each other and make the change needed, right? And conversations, it's with conversations that can we end wars? Well, maybe. Can we solve family feuds or a dispute with the partner? Well, probably. But if you were able to have more conversations with more of your visitors on your website, would you be able to drive more of the right revenue and gain new insights into that you can actually fuel your business with? Certainly. Exactly, you know. So part of the solution here is to find an infinitely scalable way to understand and engage real time with, and maybe even sell to every visitor that you have on your website. So what does that take? It takes two things. One is we need a way to tap into the minds of the 98%. And once we've understood what's on their mind, we need a way to also act on what's on their mind, right? But there are two challenges with how we're doing that today. One is humans, and humans are not scalable. We are not scalable. So all the way back from when e-commerce and companies start selling online, we just put our product catalog online, and if you wanted to have a conversation with us as a brand, well, you could call us or send us an email, we might reply. Then we figured out, well, hey, we could also have live chat. So we put the likes of Sendex and other tools on there to have conversations with some of the customers that gained us new insights. And then the past year or so, live shopping has really surged, and that's a great way to engage with and interact with more of your visitors online to get a feel for what they're looking for and then help them out. But the problem is that is not scalable. We can't, as a single individual, have conversations with 10,000 people at once. At least I can't. And it's also not viable business-wise to employ 10,000 people to have 10,000 conversations with 10,000 visitors to figure that out. That's a bit too costly. Number two, third and first-party data. That's not enough. So just to be clear, third-party data is great. That's how you can find your niche on Facebook and get them onto your site. And that's how a lot of D2C brands have grown rapidly online, because they're able to figure out, well, I want to contact that person or get in touch with that person, but not that person. You get them on your website, and then you try to figure out who they are, what are they all about, what are they looking for. We're using the first-party data. That means the behavior, whatever they do on your website. But it's not enough, because if it was enough, we would convert more. It would not be 98%. Maybe we could turn around to only be 2% of people that were actually not converting. So we're here to try to fill that gap. So it means that you can actually now, the technology is so advanced, you can actually have a conversation with each of your visitors on your store. And that means that you can drive more sustainable revenue, and you can vastly expand your customers' insights. So no more guessing, no more trying to figure out what consumers want. Now you will actually know. And we prepared a little video to show you what Certainly is all about.
Running a business can be an uphill struggle. It's a guessing game to know what your visitors are looking for, or work out why so many products get returned. or why cart abandonment is so damn high. Competition isn't fair, and life is hard. Are traditional chatbots able to solve some of these issues? Probably. But can we do better? Certainly. Certainly is a conversational commerce platform that enables you to create a digital twin of your best salesperson. Just like in a physical store, it proactively guides your visitors to the right section on your website, takes them to the right product, recommends relevant items, and helps everyone through checkout, even grandma. Learn what your visitors are looking for at that exact moment through conversations. No more guesswork. And, of course, Certainly does all of this. And when building Certainly, we thought of everybody in e-commerce. Are you ready to change the conversation?
Yeah. Give a hand to the team. It's incredible work, incredible work. So are you ready to change the conversation? Let's talk about the 98% instead of talking about how we can yield more out of the 2%. Let's see how we can change that. No more guesswork. And a digital twin of your best salesperson. But before I go into that, let me run back a little bit. So our customers, our customer community, a lot of them are using our product today for support, right? Answer FAQs, auto lookups, handle returns, etc. But when we talk to our customers, they're also telling us, well, you know, some of our biggest challenges are actually understanding that all those percentages that are not converting, why are they not converting? And how can we actually understand them better? And because of that, if we could just get more revenue, we would have more revenue to fuel our engine so we can grow faster, etc. So they're also asking us, so how can we use your technology to sell more and get more insights into all these 98% that's not converting? And of course, we listen to that. And it's not only about selling more, it's also selling more of the right products. Because selling more of the right products means less returns. It's better for business, it's better for the environment, it's better for everything, right? And the digital twin of your best salesperson, that is our concept, that is our sort of embodiment of what you can do now with technology, with certainly technology on a website. And the good analogy that we think about a lot is in the physical world, the physical store. So you know, as a consumer or maybe you're a brand owner, that if you're in a physical store, the salesperson there, without necessarily knowing so much about your history, can actually help you out. And if they can help you out, you buy more of the right products, you actually spend more, and you have less returns, and you need less discounts. So it's really a good business. So the concept is here, you can actually take our technology and enable that on every kind of website, web shop today. And we think that's pretty powerful. So it means that suddenly you actually have an infinitely scalable way to engage with your customers, to sell more and get insights into them 24 hours per day, 7 days per week. It's a big promise. So I want to take it down and make it very concrete here. So we'll be joined with these 3 amazing power women in tech and fashion and innovators and change makers later, and you have to stick around to listen to hear how they're building and what they're doing, because that is really phenomenal. So I just want to give you a little teaser and use that as an example to show what it is that we're actually building and how companies are using it. So these 3 fantastic women, they're using our bot builder to build their own version of their digital sales twin or a bot. And then they're using our Conversational Web Sdk, which is a developer tool that you can layer on top any website and web shop, and then you can turn it into a conversation and turn it into an interaction. And this is, just want to show you a couple of examples here. So you will also see, whoa, okay, I need to stay on and listen to what these 3 women are saying later. So let's start at Sixel's really cool, funky website. So I'm there, I have never been there before. So we're scrolling around. The The bot is there on the right side, as you know, just listening in. And then I'm hovering over this beautiful track sheet and say, okay, the bot comes up and say, do you want to know more about this product? So it's able to, as a good salesperson, to approach you without being too much in your face. And you say, yeah, please do. Okay. It takes you directly to that page. So you don't have to click and filter. It could take you directly there, and it can follow up and say, look, if you want to know more, I can help you. And I'm a first-time visitor there, or we are, and that's one of SigSil's challenges. So you want to figure out what size should I wear, what's an M in SigSil in comparison to what I usually wear, and what's the kind of fit do I want. And through conversation, you can actually solve one of these challenges that are unique and not only to SigSil, but every online store that sells fashion have the same problem. So how can you actually help figure out what size to buy? And 50% of all returns in the fashion industry is due to wrong sizing. So it's a pretty impactful thing to solve here. And SigSil, they'll explain more about how their approach is on this. And let's go over to Tiger of Sweden. So we landed up on this shirt. So we're flipping through the pictures, and again trying to figure out whether it's the right size. And Tiger Sweden, they know from a lot of their customers, they use the model images to see whether, well, does this fit me? I don't know the centimeters, the measurement between my shoulders, but I can look at this gentleman and say, okay, well, if he's 180 and he wears that, well, maybe I need a shirt that's a little bit wider than him, and I'm a little bit shorter, but that's okay. And then again, I can ask, so how does this fit me? Because I know Tiger Sweden is slim fit, so what should I go for? Again, you can have a conversation and you can chat with it, and Tiger Sweden as a brand get that kind of insights into me as part of my purchase. And of course, it can also help you just put it in the cart, just like in the physical store. And again, it does something really interesting here. So once you've purchased, it takes you to the section where their recommendation engine shows relevant products. So our technology can actually help you get more yield out of your recommendation engines by moving the conversation in that direction. So it's not about rip and replace, it's actually a layer on top that can help you get more out of your entire tech stack. Jumping over to SigSil again. So we have seen the relevant products. Now I just want to go and check out. And for SigSil, one of their challenges is it's a cart abandonment rate. And a lot of that is due to their selling in markets where online payment is not that common. So there's a lot of trust. So in their case, the bot is there to actually help you get that trust in, well, you can use these payment methods. It's all good. It's fine. And of course, here you could also ask relevant questions on the product, etc. So it's there as that salesperson guiding you all the way through until it's going to say, well, could I also bag it for you, and should I ship it for you, and do you want a little piece of candy with that? I think this is pretty awesome, and that's running on their websites today. So zooming in a little bit on what it actually does, what it's doing here. So first of all, it navigates the website. So because of the combination of the bot technology and the Web SDK, you can actually navigate the website. So you don't have to click and filter and endless search. You can just have a conversation, and then it changes the pages for you. And it can go all the way back and forth as you want. We can also read product images. That is for Tiger Sweden and many fashion. It's about that. It's the images that you use to figure out whether does this fit me? We don't look the same. He's taller than me and slimmer than me. But I use that, right? So they fed the data into our engine, so we're able to read all the product images on the website, and by then helping the consumer use that as a way to figure out what they need to buy. And again, sizing is a huge cause of return, so doing that is pretty phenomenal. We also collect zero-party data, and zero-party data is the data that I voluntarily give to you so you can help me out. In this case, I'm there because I need to find something for my girlfriend. And that's a very different Henrik than when I'm there trying to find a shirt. So maybe you should help me out and do it in different ways, just like the salesperson would do in the store. We also use the first-party data as triggers, because it's in the combination that the promise here is. So understanding what the users are looking for and scrolling and hovering over, you can use that to trigger the conversations. Similar to when you're in the store and you're at the jeans aisle and the sales rep comes over and says, hey, could I help you find the right pair of jeans? Contextually, you can move that conversation in the same way. And then under the hood, we're taking the first steps to use behavioral science in how you then drive the conversations. So this is a screenshot from our platform, the filters section where you can actually put me in different user segments depending on who I am. In this case, it's for the 4 shopping personas that it's the same Henrik, but depending on why I'm there, I can be one of those 4. And different things are important to me depending on what I'm buying. And you don't know unless you ask me, so you can use that. And talking about our product and our platform, of course, building the bot, we made it and constantly try to make it even easier to build your bot and see value fast. That's very important. That also means that it doesn't have to cost $2 million or 50 million euros to actually get to a result. You can do that fast, and that's a big part of our approach to our customers, that it's not only the enterprise with big E, we want the entire community to participate. And then of course, as you grow and you wanna yield more of the result, of course we're making it flexible for developers. And we have extensive documentation from here into the moon. This is the Conversational Web Sdk that you saw in play here, where any developer can go in and start building. So the combination of the bot builder Conversational Web Sdk is really powerful. And the sky is the limit. It's only up to your creativity, your innovation, and the business problems that you want to solve. You can use that. So it's not only about the use cases we're seeing here today. And then of course, you can go in and pull out the template integrations if you want to send data to Salesforce or connect with Zendesk or anything else. And you can pull the blocks out or pull the templates out, or you can build it out yourself. And our web builder, it takes 90% out of the developer's time to actually get connected with something. That's really powerful. It's one of the most utilized tools in our platform. So this is the picture I showed you guys before. So if you're able to have more conversations with more of your website visitors, you will drive more sales, and you will get more insights into why the 98% are not converting. You'll be tapping into their minds, and you can now do that at scale. So that means that you can have higher conversion rate, and from higher conversion rate also comes more revenue. And that means that you can actually grow faster and do much more. And that is very interesting. So I've been talking a lot, this is a tall order, so does this actually work? Well, remember this shirt that I showed you guys a couple of minutes before. The shirt that we're actually buying is the shirt that I'm wearing today. It was actually bought with our technology. That's pretty cool, eh? Certainly, exactly. Exactly. But wait, there's more. So we also have the heroes, our customers, our innovators, the companies in their building, and you'll be hearing from more of them, but I want to bring out a couple of them here today especially, because these are small merchants. Ulrik from Pakke, they went in to build a bot themselves, and the bot takes 50% of all their customer support tickets, but more importantly for them, whenever you converse with the bot, you convert 4 times more. And like Ulrik said, he had to pinch his arm to believe that was true. That is pretty powerful, and that's a small merchant. Another one is Foliekniven, Rune from Foliekniven, a very cool guy. And again, with him, Well, they're seeing 30 to 60% conversion rate whenever you're chatting and having conversation with the bot. And these results were even prior to the bot being able to control the website. So there's some really, really strong indicators that this will have a huge impact on the revenue, on the 98%. Okay, so I've been very concrete, down and practical, and you'll hear more practical stuff later, but I want to take a trip up in the helicopter as well to talk about what we're really building. And what we're really building is this. Well, it's not a Tesla. We're not building a car. Don't worry, dear shareholders, we're not pivoting the company. No, but the analogy, so Elon Musk and Tesla, they're trying to build towards self-driving cars. And the process of building towards that is very similar to what we're building here. There's a lot of steps to go through, and as you becomes more and more self-driving and autonomous, there's less edge cases. And the way you accomplish that, you sell a lot of cars, or you have a lot of customers using the technology. So a lot of traffic comes in, in our case, zero-party data, conversations. Tesla, it's countless driving hours that is sent back to the mothership, and the shared engine then improves the performance and sends that out into the cars or into the bots in regular updates. So in that sense, it's the same we're doing here. So what we're building is actually an AI engine that is going to power the new commercial web. And the fuel is zero-party data. And that is at the core. The more we collect that, the better the AI, the better we use behavioral science, the better we solve the use cases. Everyone wins. And as long as you tap into this shared engine, then you win when others also win. And of course, you can put your own unique stuff on top. And you don't share data with each other, but you share the results, the performance improvements. And that's really valuable. And because it's all e-commerce, then the data is a lot the same, which is very interesting. And it's based on conversations. It's not based on guesswork. And through conversation, that's where we understand each other and can actually adapt and maybe sell you more of the right products. And we have millions of conversations with consumers every month, and that grows and grows and grows really fast. And of course, the more conversations, the more data flows in, the stronger the engine becomes, and the stronger the engine is also to adapt to whatever is happening. So COVID, for example, it can adapt very fast to that if a new pandemic happened or whatever, because the data comes in fluent live. That also means that any online merchant, big or small, can actually participate. So they can have their own version at their own level of their own unique digital twin of their best salesperson. And we believe, and you know the saying, that the tide rises all boats. It's kind of the same thing here. We're here helping lifting the tide, so small and large merchants can actually benefit from this. So we can all together combat that fact, the 98% fact. Right? We want to do that. And I want to show a graph just to make it a little bit more clear. So similar to self-driving cars, there's these different steps from fully manual to fully automated, and we're also progressing along these steps. So step 1, 2, and 3. Well, that's actually from the dawn of e-commerce, where it's just static products, and if you wanted to get in touch, well, you can send an email and call. To step 2, well, here you could actually start changing the content based on some recommendation engines. Maybe you're able to have live human-to-human interaction, live chat. Step 3, that's where most of the market is today. If they've been testing out bots, you can have some human-to-bot interaction, but it's still a siloed conversation, even with the human or with the bot. It's not connected to the website, so you can't change the content. You don't know what's going on, so it's like two separate worlds you're putting together. Whereas step 4, and that's where we are today with Certainly, is actually that you can control that content. So based on the human-to-bot interaction, we can actually have an internet that's autonomous and starts to be self-driving and can actually mold and personalize to whatever you are in that moment. And it's different who you are. So like we saw before, same Henrik, different needs. One scenario, I'm there, I want to buy this shirt so I look fly for our big launch event. But the next day I forgot that it's my fiance's birthday on Saturday. So I'm there again saying, hey, I need someone to help me out. Same Henrik, different needs. One, with the shirt, I need to figure out whether it fits me. The other one, I could use some help from someone who can guide me through what I should buy for my girlfriend. And there, it's maybe more important that I could get that thing today or tomorrow than when it's my shirt. It's more important that it fits me. So same Henrik, different needs. And that's what you can do and understand through all having more conversation with more of your online visitors. And then, of course, the end goal is to have full autonomous web where you can have all these conversations and you don't need to involve a human in order to online go and buy a product. You don't have to wait for buying and then go in contact support to get information on what is that model wearing and how can I do it. You can actually reach that. And just to be clear, we're not there. It will take a few years to get there. But we're at level 4, where most of the conversations, most of the times, can be handled by the bot and the web together. And if else, like you will hear from Nadine and others, humans are ready to step in and help out whenever needed. So, first level, there's no interaction, it's siloed conversation between what you see in the widget and the website, and the next step is it's all blended together, so the conversation becomes part of the interaction, becomes part of the content of the website. And that's where the big promise lies. So I've been saying a lot of different things, so I want to make sure that I drive home a few points. So if you forget most of what I have said, then there's a few key takeaways here. We work with every web shop and website. You can layer it on top. It's not a rip and replace. You can layer it on top and actually get more conversation with more of your visitors and get more yield out of the tech stack that you have today. You can have conversations with every visitor on your website that can drive more of the right sales and more data insights to why are they there, how can we help them, how should we optimize our website, what are the products they're looking for, etc. And the value creation is exactly that. More of the right sales and new insights. And that's insight you don't have access to today through third and first party data. So that's really, really powerful. And of course, it's the zero-party data, conversational data that fuels not only the engine here with us, but also it can help your recommendation and then it can help your CRM system. You can use it for better performance in remarketing, etc. Because it's a direct link between me as a consumer and you as a brand that you can actually tap into. So let's stop that guesswork. Stop assuming and start knowing. So what do you think? Are we making a dent? Are we changing e-commerce today? Certainly. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. And that was it from me. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And here's our new beautiful website. You can head over to certainly.io and check it out. We love it. It's beautiful. There's much more information. And meanwhile, I'll give the floor to Bea. Please welcome her.
All right, so just back to say we're going to have a quick 5 minutes break, and we have a little surprise for people joining us digitally. We have made, actually, I say we, but Sonia gets all the credit for that. She's made a wonderful quiz. We're going to select 3 winners for those that select all the answers correct, and we're going to send you something at home. So let's have a quick break and stay tuned because the good part is coming. That was pretty good. But like Henrik mentioned, we're so proud to showcase some amazing use cases from 3 real clients that we have, and that's basically our pride and joy. That's why we show up every day and do what we do. So yeah, meet you in 5 minutes. You will see the link to the quiz in the chat underneath the live streaming. And feel free to start dropping some questions. If you have any questions about this keynote, about the presentations that are coming next, we'll be answering questions at the end. So see you at 3:45. Are we ready? Everybody got their cake? Everybody online filled the quiz? I hope so. We have some nice treats to send your way if you win. All right, so welcome back. For those that missed the beginning, I'm Beatrice and I'm the host of tonight. I'm the director of brand here at Bodexo. And yeah, in case you missed, the reason for all this confetti is that we're not called Bodexo anymore. So yeah, certainly is our new brand. Yeah, wasn't it cool? Wasn't it cool? Certainly. All right. All right, so we have a special greeting from some of our customers that couldn't be here, COVID and all that. So without further ado, let me play to you something really cool.
Trustpilot CX services needed a virtual agent that could use Google's API to detect languages, then dynamically pull the right translation from our language depository. A main requirement, other than being a great product of course, was that the virtual agent could easily scale alongside Trustpilot's growth. Certainly delivered, and we now have Trusty, a virtual agent that handles 30% of chat requests per month, freeing up hours of our time. The collaboration with Certainly has been smooth and effortless, and the support along the way has been incredible. So looking forward to seeing your continued success.
We like working with Certainly because we are always able to offer our partners 24/7 support. We also are always topping over 90% in our human PSAT. And we have also been able to increase the monthly users by whopping over 2,000% in the past year. And of course, we are only in the beginning, so the potential is huge.
We use Certainly to make sure that we can handle our customers within a timely manner during high peaks. We choose them because of their technical platform and the integration towards Zendesk. The NLP, where we can understand the intent of the context of the question, and not only route based on keywords, but also the powerful webbooks, where we can integrate towards different services, known services around there, but most important one to our own, where we can create a customized endpoint to give information directly to customers, faster and more consistent. And since we started to work more tightly with Certainly, we just want to say that they are really awesome. They're really helpful. They really want to solve your challenges, and they really go the extra mile for doing that.
Zendesk has partnered with Certainly since 2018, and we've seen some exciting growth in our partnership, especially in the e-commerce market. Today, chatbots are answering questions wherever customers are messaging, providing always-on support whenever customers need it. The Zendesk and Certainly solution with
Things happen. Woohoo! All right. So it was almost over, but let's give it up for some of our great customers. All right, so our next guest, let's say we go way back. We and our next guest have some history. She's been with us for quite a while, and she's one of our champions. The first time we met her, she was like, how am I supposed to do this? How the hell am I going to figure this out? I'm not technical. I've never done something like this before. And now she's like, guys, let me tell you, what's the next features you should be developing? So she's come a long way together with us, and for us seeing our customers grow, it's, you know, our pride and joy. So without further ado, let me introduce you to the wonderful Nadine Kempelsee from Tiger, Sweden.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. So I'm Nadine. I'm the customer care manager at Tiger Sweden's webshop. and I would like to tell you about my chatbot story. So, who is Tiger of Sweden? It's a Swedish fashion house. It's a brand that was established in 1903, and the focus was tailoring. The company is built on, this one. The company is built on the Scandinavian principles of equality and fairness. And the founders of Tiger of Sweden, they wanted to bring tailoring and suits down to the working man and not only rich people wearing tailoring. So, tailoring has defined Tiger of Sweden ever since, but the brand has, of course, also extended to much more than just suits and tailoring. My background. So, who am I and what is my background? I have been working with customer service and sales for over 15 years. I would say that I know more or less everything there is to know about customer service and what customers expect from us. I spent most of my time analyzing the contacts and everything that we get in from the customers to find out exactly what it is that they expect, what they want, what is working, what is not working, and make sure that all the needed information is available on our website. So my main goal is, of course, to keep our customers happy. So, my chatbot story. Where to start? Yes. Tiger of Sweden is a premium brand. And a premium brand should also have premium customer service. Actually, I think the whole experience should be premium. From the moment they access the website and they browse the product pictures, and they should just feel that this is something special. It's premium. And of course also the whole journey when they shop, when they get their parcel, when they pack it out, feel the quality, but it goes actually beyond that. Also, if they need to contact customer service, that experience should also be premium. With that said, in 2018, we decided to expand the contact channel. Until then, we had emails, we had phones, we had Facebook, and we also had a chat that was, to be honestly, more or less never online, because it was just a chat that we could put online if there was time for it. So, by analyzing all this feedback we got from the customers, we saw that fast answers and 24/7 availability was really important to the customers. We saw that this just gave us a really high satisfaction score if people got a quick answer and if they could get the answer when they wanted it. So having that in mind, we thought the solution should be a chatbot, the Tiger of Sweden chatbot. So, like you already said, I have absolutely no technical background. I'm not really technical in general. And I was shocked when I came in to certainly the first time, and Michael was telling me that, but you're building the bot. And I was like, hell no, I'm not. And he was like, yes, you are, because you're the expert. And I was like, expert on what? On your customers. And of course, he was right. So it didn't make any sense that me telling him what the customers wanted and then him building the bot. So I had a workshop day, and then they taught me how to build a bot. And now I can build a bot. So just to show you a little bit what the bot did for us. So before we integrated our bot, we had 79% of all our tickets responded to within 24 hours. We had a satisfaction score that was 70%. we had 4% of our contacts that came from the chat channel, and we had an average reply time on our emails on 26 hours. Then we integrated our chatbot, and it went to 96% of all our tickets were responded to within 24 hours. We went up to 96% satisfaction score, and suddenly we had 35% of all our contacts coming in was on the chat, and we went to 10 hours average reply time on our emails. Really amazing. Yes. So, like I just showed you, 35% of our contacts came from the chatbot, and this number is actually just increasing. We see it actually month by month. Unfortunately, because there is a bot, 20% of these are closed by the chatbot. The reason for this is because when I built the chatbot, it was more or less built on general questions from the customer. So, to give you an example, how do I return my order? How can I exchange? How long is the delivery time? What are the rules if I buy something on sale? And just these general questions. So this was actually how we built the bot. So give you, it was really good at answering general questions. So to give you an example, this is our help center. People went into the chat and they asked a question. They can choose to chat with a human or to a chatbot. So if they chose to choose with the chatbot, they could write a free text, but they can also click on one of the themes. And then the chatbot would guide them to the right article or tell them exactly what to do. This customer is asking for a return label, and then the chatbot will actually tell them what to do. So these were the questions that the bot was really good at answering. And we just saw immediately that these questions were not coming in on emails anymore. So our agents didn't have to spend time on this. So all the chats that couldn't be answered by the bot were, almost all of them were product questions. It was more like, it was specific questions about which size should I choose, or compare two styles, or I normally wear this size, what should I choose, and things like that. And this brings me to my next slide, because we needed a new bot. So, how do I get back? Yes. We saw a need to add a new dimension to our existing bot. We needed a bot that was more product related and could answer all these product questions. So we needed a chatbot that was more product smart and would be able to make recommendations, lower the return rates as we're lucky, and just help customers with specific product questions outside the opening hours. So this is an example of our new product bot. So somebody's looking at this beautiful blazer, and they want to know more about the size. I usually wear a 34. Which size should I choose? So now the bot is actually able to answer this. So it actually asks questions, so it can help the customer choose the right size from the beginning. So this customer wants a regular fit, and then the bot says, okay, but then you should choose this size. And it actually also asks, can I add it to the cart? Yes. Henrik also showed you a little bit, but then it also recommends styles that would go great with this blazer. So this is amazing, and this is just the beginning, of course. So, the future. What now? We would like, and I'm sure of it, that 50% of all our chat will be closed by the chatbot, and we'll have no interfering with a human agent, so we will never see it, it will never pop up, because it's answered by the chatbot. So I'm sure this will happen very soon, because it's already live. And then we do have some main goals in the future, because seeing that this is possible just, of course, gives me new ideas and new goals and new hopes for the future. Like, okay, and every time I ask somebody from Certainly, they say, and I say, could this be possibly? I never get a no, I always get a certainly. So, yes, we want to offer great help to our customers getting the right size from the beginning. We want to provide all product information that the customer needs 24/7 without an agent, has to be online. And we want to add more languages. The chatbot is live English right now, but our main markets are, of course, in Sweden, Germany, and Denmark, so it would be great to see that they could also be helped in their language. Yes, and I think that was it from me.
Time. All right. Thanks, Nadine. Thank you so much. All right. So our next speakers are what I really call a power duo. So you have to meet these two. You will meet these two. They're two phenomenal women, like Henrik was showing actually earlier. The two women on the sides. We have Anna Echevarria from Six Silk, another fashion brand, which is really cool, and Aurora Sanchez from the agency Webmify. One of them chose us at the beginning because the old name of our company used to remind her of her city of origin, Bilbao. So she was like, oh, you're called Bodexo. You know what that is in Spanish? Bocho, Bilbao. So I was like, okay, well, but can you actually use it? And she's like, oh yeah, super cool. And then the other one, Aurora, built it all wrong before she built it all right, because such is the process of becoming a bot builder. You think you have all the answers, and then you have to do it all over again. It's a wonderful learning process, and they have grown so much since starting. So without further ado, let me welcome virtually from the States and from Spain, Aurora and Anna.
Hi. Hello. I hope you can hear me well. Good afternoon. My name is Anna. I work for Six Silk, and I'm going to share with you our success story in a second, and if technology allows it.
Hi all, thanks for the invite. And I'm Aurora Sanchez. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer at Webmify. We are an e-commerce agency, and we provide some of our services to Six Silk e-commerce brands. So thanks for all to hearing us.
Okay, so for those of you who still don't know my company, Six Silk, let me introduce it to you briefly.
2012 we started, like I said, we did the camps because we didn't know what we were doing. We had no training. Everything we've done has been like learned by our own mistakes. We started off, we were very flamboyant. We had fades, pinks, we weren't scared, we were ambitious. We just did what we wanted. And then the real momentum came when we did the baseball jersey. And to be fair, it came in and it was brilliant. But it was one of them things, it was so hot at the time that people just needed it.
First big break was when one of the reality stars, Mario Falcone, he was pictured in the baseball jersey that we developed.
Obviously, Instagram just started then, so that kind of, we thought, right, let's get on this, use these guys while they're hot, and overnight we just sold out. Only wears Essex, started wearing it.
Ronaldo wore it, Messi wore it.
Firmino, Kiko Casilla, and then getting the opportunity to work with these guys, which, like you say, it turns it on its head.
It got to a point where it was taking over our lives, so obviously we had full-time jobs, and then it was going into weekends, nights, everything like that. And you realise you have to have 100% be focused on it.
It needed our time and dedication, so that's what we did.
So now that you've met my bosses, Sam, Bas, and Tomo. Let's go to the point. And the point is why, certainly. So this is us in 2020. We are a fast-growing company. As you have heard, we started 2012. We are 100% online, which is something really peculiar and implies like tons of shipments and returns. And we sell global. And of course, customer centricity is in our core. So we need to provide the best customer care in a fast-growing company. How can we make it to grow as a team, customer care team, as fast as the rest of the company? We had several options. Of course, outsourcing is always an option, but I don't like it at all. No, if you are customer-centric, if you want to go cheap, it's an option, but not for us. Hiring is always an option, but you know, hiring implies training and implies turnover and people getting sick and shifts and languages. And why, if you have technology on your side? So we decided we wanted to have technology on our side, and we started looking for a partner. I Googled, I found several, I tried some, and yes, we certainly found the right one in June 2020. When we started looking for a partner, we needed a partner that could have conversational artificial intelligence, and certainly does. We needed a partner with whom we could have great communication, and they do also. And we needed a software that could integrate with our multiple channels. And this means going from Zendesk to Shopify, Healthful, Nice Reply, and all the software that we use in our shops. And of course, certainly also fulfills this requirement. So we had a new team member. And the new team member was going to be part of the company, and we wanted it to have a name and story and a face, as any of us have. So we involved the whole company. We started a contest, as you can see here. We sent an email with this presentation looking for a name and a face and story. And it was a pretty successful action. And we received like tons of proposals, and we had to pick a name and an image and a nice story. And in the end, we did. So say hello to our chatbot, Mello. You are in front of our Mello right now. This is his face and its name. In fact, its name is much longer. He is called Mello of 12 a month, which is like the same letters of our motto, follow the movement, but in a different order. But we call him just Mello. Mello started in December last year, working with us as one more member of the team. And he started small. We didn't want him to go fast. We wanted to make sure that he was going to take care of our customers in a proper way. So we hid him somewhere in the help center, in the footer, and only in our Australian shop. So his first month started giving results. And we saw he was able to handle difficult tickets to agents. He was closing around 150 tickets per day on average. And he was having great scores in NPS, Net Promoter Score. For those of you who don't know it or are not familiar with it, it's quite a tricky measure, because you see here a 57. Maybe it doesn't sound like very much to you, but NPS says that everything above 0 is good. And the industry average in our case is 30 something. So Mello was doing almost double figures here. And our aim now, where are we heading? Well, Mello, of course, is helping our customers in all our websites. He speaks already 2 languages. He speaks good English and perfect Spanish. And he is probably going to speak a couple of more languages in the near future. But also, he is helping us in the shop, helping people choose the right size, which is really important if you have in mind that 60-something% of our returns are due to wrong size picking. We also hope he will increase the average order value, as he is going to suggest our customers, okay, if you got this t-shirt, why not these trousers? And of course, we also hope him to help us decrease the cart abandon rate. Besides this, and the last thing before I leave you guys, is that Melo has become like a very important part of the company. And this is real news because it's not even yet working, but we have decided to name our loyalty program Melo and Friends. So Melo will be heading our customers as a shop assistant, as a customer care agent, and Melo will also be the one that make our customers feel like part of a very selective club. And that's the future for us. Looking forward to great results. Thanks so much for listening to me. I'm so sorry you couldn't see my face, and I'm so sorry I couldn't see yours neither. Thank you, and bye. Aurora?
Yeah. Hi all. So yeah, thank you, Anna. This is my part. I'm going to talk about, well, for those who don't know about Webmify, I'm going to briefly talk about it. We are an e-commerce agency and consulting. We provide different digital solutions for e-commerce brands, for high-flying e-commerce brands, with the fusion of our three core services: marketing, technology, and data. We provide different digital solutions to help e-commerce business grow and optimize their channels. So Six Silk is one of our high-flying e-commerce brand, and yeah, we support them with different solutions, and one of them was to create Melo. So yeah, here I'm going to talk about how we create Melo. The requirement from them was to create a bot that can support the customer care team 24/7, because of course they had human agents that of course only attend in the working hours, but they had different type of customers from around the world that may need any support in the customer service part, and of course if there is no agent available, they can have many frustrated customers. So after this, we faced a challenge. What was the challenge? To create a bot that will be able to assist the different casuistics that the users may are looking for in the customer care team. So yeah, how we execute this part. First, we start to work on the bot's items. So yeah, one of the first things that we start to solve was the most frequent cases around what people are looking for in the customer service part. And after that, we start to do a lot of tests, because we try to configure the bot or build the bot. Hello, I'm sorry, I heard something. To configure the bot as that can solve in so many ways to the customer.
Aurora.
So yeah, after.
Michael here. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
I'll take that as a yes. You need to refresh your deck, please. We're seeing a white screen.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you. We got it now.
No worries. Okay. Can you see now? Can you see my screen now?
Not yet.
No? I'm sharing. I'm so sorry about this. Let me just unshare.
And now we can see it before, so let's try it again.
Okay. So yeah.
This is fine. Thank you.
Okay.
No, you're going to have to go back again, sorry, and just scroll through the slides, please. Just one of those things.
No, but now you can see?
Now we see it. This is fine. Thank you so much.
Okay. So yeah, I was in the slide. Okay. Are you able to see this? No?
We see it fine, thank you.
Great. So yeah, what the challenge was, to train the bot the most specific way that can help the user to find whatever they're looking for with all of their requirements. And yeah, after so much tests that we did to try to find that the perfect bot for the customer service, we had a result that nowadays, I'm sorry. Can you see my screen right now?
No, we cannot, unfortunately. It seems like that it won't go to presentation mode.
Oh, yeah, but
That's
what
Let's skip to the next slide and perhaps you can share the story in words.
Yeah, I'm gonna share the video. Hope you can see it. So yeah, this is the mellow that we create. So as you can see here, Mello can guide the user to find what they're looking for, given the three main possible situations that they're looking for. And this is actually my favorite case because the user may ask in different way where's the order, how to track the order and stuff like that. And what we will here is that the bot can guide and be very specific in the situation to give the specific solution for them. So after the user asked where was the order, he was able to ask for the order number, to the email to validate the order number and to verify the status of the order. So yeah, after the user gives this information, the bot can give information about the order status. So here, as we can see, it gives that the order, that the order is going to be shipped and they're going to receive it soon. So yeah, in that way, the customer can be can know where's the order status in this case. So with the new feature, as Anna mentioned before, first we started to show the bot just in the help center, but nowadays the bot is in the front side, so it can assist the customer journey. The users during all the customer journey. And of course, it can provide a lot of information about the brand. It can provide a lot of any type of question that may the user have before to make a purchase. So it gives a type of confidence to the customers to complete any purchase if there is the first time visitor. And also it can give open tickets, of course, when there's no an agent available. And at the end, it is able to catch new leads because, for example, if a user is asking for any coupon discount or offer, what the bot does is to invite to subscribe to the newsletter, so it will be able to have this personalized discount when they have in the news. So that is good for the brand and for the user as well, because the brand gained a new lead, a new customer for future communication, and the bot and the user can do this. So also what they do right now is that it will help with sizes. It can give more visibility to cross-sells and upsells products, and of course assist during all the checkout. So here in this video, we can see what exactly they do. For example, if the user click on a product, on a specific product, the bot is configured to know the product number, and it shows the assistant message as, can I give you a recommendation of which size you should buy? So here, if the user asks, for example, I usually use a large size, what size should I choose? Then the bot guide the user and be more concisely here and asking for what is what they usually use for slim fit, regular fit, and stuff like that. So in that way, if the user, for example, as a video, choose the slim fit, they will give the recommendation of the exactly size that it should use. So in that way, it's really good. It's really, really good for the user because it gives like this exactly information, and of course can help to convert. And also after that, it will show and give visibility, as we see here, to the model of the upsells or cross-sells recommendation. So in case that the user were looking for an exactly product, but if it sees something that can call their attention, of course, it's going to buy more than one product that have in mind. So yeah, this new feature, I think that is amazing for users and for the brand as well. So yeah, in the future, the KPIs that I think that may impact this new feature, of course, the average order value, because as we can see, if we show more than the product that the user were looking for, of course, it's probably that they're going to add to the basket more than one product. And of course, it's going to increase the average order value. And the car abandonment rate, of course, because possibly one of the reasons that people are not sure about to add something at the basket maybe was the sizing, or maybe that they need more information about the brand. We have to keep in mind that Six Silk in this case don't have a physical store. So it's like if you go to a physical store and there's a person that is going behind you to giving attention of what you're looking for, asking what you need, if you need any help. In this case, with this new the conversational commerce, I think it's going to solve in that part and give more confidence for the user. And the refund rate, I think it will impact as well. Nowadays, it's around 60 something, as Anna mentioned. So with the recommendation of the right size, that is one of the common reasons that people may do refunds. So I think that it will impact and decrease this refund rate as well. And yeah, it will create unique experiences with the customers, and of course it can humanize the brand as well. So yeah, that's what I see, that with this new feature, the bot will be very involved with the brand, and of course it's going to be like the main character of the brand. And I'm so sorry about this presentation. I don't know what's going on, but I hope you had enjoyed what I just mentioned about all of my story of how we create the bot and what we have now and what we expect in the future with this new feature. Thank you very much.
Hello, everybody. My name is Michael Harding. I am VP of Marketing here at Certainly. Yes, I did not say BotXO. I actually said Certainly. I'm here just to moderate this fantastic opportunity where you guys have the opportunity to chat with Nadine, who I'll invite with me here on stage, please. Will you join me up here, together with Henrik? And Anna and Aurora, you guys are hopefully online, and who knew tech would be tricky. But all in all, we'll sure get through this. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask them. We have Ivan here in the audience behind with a microphone stick, I suppose that would be called. And we have Ben online going through the chat, who will happily mention the questions for you. And just to kick things off, again, I want to emphasize, as Henrik said, the power women of tech, quote unquote. It's pretty phenomenal to have a group of women correlated, collected here, to be able to share a little bit of their stories. We heard a bit about how Nadine kind of went from the non-tech into tech development, which I think was really interesting. And also the two ladies here online. Anna, I'm actually going to start with you on this one. How did you get into tech?
Good question. I studied philology, English, in fact, at the university, so nothing to do with technology. I started working for a software company 25 years ago, and I just had to learn. Then I moved to customer service like 2 years ago, and that's the Untitled company. And well, I learned about customer experience, customer service from a technological point. So very much about resetting, and you know.
Yes, and it's a lagging a little bit, Anna, so I'm just going to refrain, but 25 years of experience within tech is simply amazing. And Aurora, the question goes on to you. How did you get started?
Well, I started when I had my own online store. Yeah, it was around 2015, around. So yeah, it was kind of a marketplace in my country, and I don't only sold my products. I sold products from small brands that don't have any tech channel, any online channel. So yeah, I give them their space to reach more people and stuff like that. So while having this, of course, I have to find some tech solutions for the e-commerce that I had. So yeah, for example, for the customer service part, also for the email marketing part and stuff like that. And yeah, and besides that, I had some clients that had e-commerce. So of course, I start to use a lot of platforms. I use a lot of tech platforms that, for example, allow to help them grow. And after that, we had Webify, and here I am. Nowadays, I work with different platforms to.
Oh, and the sound jumped again, unfortunately. We'll get right back to you, Aurora. Thank you so much. And then let me jump over to you, Nadine, for the expected question, of course. If with all this development and your experience from a non-tech perspective and the learnings there, if you had to redo it, how would you do it?
Actually, I had to redo it because I was stupid enough not to listen to the professionals at Certainly. So I built the bot, but I was so afraid to put it live before it was actually perfect. So I trained and spent all my time on it, and then it went live, and then sorry my language, it totally fucked up. And it couldn't answer the questions, and when people were asking how do I return, it says, no, we don't have that size, so it was really bad. And then I started again, training, put it online, had to put it offline one more time, and then I thought, okay, now I'm going to listen actually to what they are saying. And they said, start small with one theme, let it be online, learn from the mistakes, learn the language why is it not working, and then adjust after the time. So, and then it worked.
And then it worked, fantastic.
Yeah.
And when talking about the development aspect of things, Aurora, this question's for you. What was the largest challenge at developing this platform, in your opinion?
It was quite easy. For example, the part of building all of the flows that the bot can be able to understand and answer all of the different cases. Also, the NLU training was easy as well. The most challenging part, I think not for all platforms, but yeah, was with the integration of third-party platforms, because we have to change information that the bot can be able to give information to users when they ask for. So I say that not for all, because you had in the bot the webhooks, so it was easy just to copy and paste a script in some of the platforms. But for example, in the NPS platform, there was a specific requirement from Silk that they need that people who left a review about the services, we can identify where they come from, the country and stuff like that. So that specific thing was the most challenging thing that the entire development of the bot. So yeah, that's what can I tell about that.
Well, thank you. And again, please let us know if you have a question. We have one online, I believe.
Yes, we have one online, and it comes from David, and it's directed to you, Nadine, of how long did it take you to go from no tech experience to be comfortable with the Certainly bot? If you could have put a time frame on it, what would you say?
Oh, I felt that I was really good after one day workshop with Certainly, and I think all the technical part was actually not the problem. It was just the questions that I was training the bot with, that was the problem. So I think I wasn't an expert from day one, but working with it every day just makes you an expert, because it's a really, really easy platform. And if I can build a bot, I really mean it, then everybody can build a bot, because I'm really not good at it. But I am good at it. So, yeah. Time frame, I don't know. If you train it a little bit every day, I think you will be an expert really, really fast.
Thank you for that response, Nadine. And we've got another one from Jacob here of how do you balance between having a helpful bot asking questions while hovering and having an intruding bot? So this is maybe a question for you here, Henrik.
Well, that's a very good question, and I think you should think of it as you do when you're in a physical store. So the good salesperson there will help you out if you need to, right? So you can be proactive and say, hey, can I help you? And then you could say, no, I'm just browsing. And then that person would not come and intervene unless there's specific signals that said, well, maybe this person needs additional help. And that could, for example, in SixSilk's example, that could be so once you're on checkout, if you're there spending a long time, maybe it's a good idea to then pop up and say, hey, it's actually okay to buy something here, or do you have any questions? So it is a balance. Of course, you don't want, like in the store, you don't want someone in your face at all times saying, hey, how can I help you? How can I help you? How can I help you? It's too much, right? So it is important to find that balance.
But you will also find out really fast, because we had it. Like, we were just interacting again and again, and then we just had too many feedbacks or chats ending with, you're so annoying, go away, and things like that. So you know immediately, okay, I have to change it. It needs to stop interacting with the customer if they said no once on some web shops.
And one of the great things we actually heard during the customer stories here is from you, Anna, where you as Chief Experience Officer have to have a focus on the conversion rates and the sales aspect, but as well as the customer service. So how do you ensure you have a broader focus on both areas and not one over the other?
For me, it's the same. Finally, it's the customer. There's no difference if my customer is going to buy or if he has a problem. We need to treat our customer in exactly the same way, with the same care, with the same attention. So there's no difference in the focus. The focus is always customer 100%. And in one of the situations, of course, it's going to try to help the customer during the purchase. And afterwards, probably the purchase has not gone well, or there's a bit of a problem with any of the items he has purchased. And we will be there waiting for them and trying to help. But just one focus, and the focus is customer with capital letters.
Fantastic. And the story of Mello going across your channels and connecting the loyalty while supporting the conversion is truly amazing. There's some great KPIs that have been mentioned during today. CSAT, NPS is going on here. We also talked about cart abandonment. Average order size, I believe, was the phrasing. And then my question comes to you, Mr. CEO.
Oh.
How do we utilize these great KPIs and focus points to improve?
Well, I think that's the only way, right? So if we don't help our customers solve those challenges which they have identified, well, this is really important for us, then we cannot. So we have to focus on helping them with these and understanding and provide them the tools to then build the use cases that are unique to them, of course. And then being able to measure it, right? So you can have your bot as an example, you can have it as part of your Google Analytics. So you can, all the events, everything that's going on in the bot, you can have in Google Analytics, so it becomes part of your flow. So you can actually help understand. So I think a big part of our role is to provide the opportunity, the tools for then the brands to then be innovative and creative and then go and build it. And then we support them in any way we can.
And getting access to that data and being able to react to it.
Exactly. And access to data and the zero-party data, that one is to help power the engine and do more conversation, but you can also, like I said during my keynote, you can combine it with your CRM system, you can use it for retargeting, you can use it to enhance your recommendations. It's about connecting all these things.
Connection. I completely agree. And we, at that
Yeah,
point,
I think we have one more question from the crowd.
Hi, this is Peter. I was thinking, and it's to Aurora and Anna, because you're using influencers a lot with Six Silk, and I was thinking maybe you have the thought already, but having Mello becoming an influencer could be really smart and use the technology for answering questions when the Mello influencer on Instagram is engaged with questions regarding sizes. Then using the technology, this influencer could always answer, because the regular influencers you have wouldn't be able to answer size questions, of course. So that's just an idea.
Thank you very much. I think Mello is still a baby because we launched him in November, but he's growing so fast that maybe soon we will have a Mello influencer besides having a Mello and Friends, a Mello Health Center. Mello is going to be everywhere. Thank you. Thank you so much. Nice.
Can I have one question?
Of course.
As all of you three ladies are extremely experienced now with chatbots, what is the one tip that you're going to give to a person who's just starting? And it's to all of you, and I think each one of you can give one tip.
And why don't we start offline first? So Nadine, if you want to answer first.
One tip you said, right?
It could be a few if they're good.
Yeah. I would say that not be afraid to put it online when it's a baby, and then just learn from the answers you get and analyze everything that is coming in and then adjusting. If you do that, it will be amazing really fast. That was my huge mistake. So I think that would be my tip, to not do that mistake.
Beautiful. Aurora, the question to you.
Yeah, my tip is to test a lot. Test from if you have a group in your company or in your company, put that group of people to test every time. So in that way you can find the different type of sentences that the user may ask the same specific case. So in that way you can train the bot to learn a lot and make more natural to for the user. And in that way, you're going to be more. You're going to have a bot very wisely at the end.
Cool, Anna.
My tip is like humanize it. I mean, make it the image of your company. So if you are a young, fast-moving company like Funky and so on, make it funky. If you are serious, you have serious bot, and if you know your audience better than anyone. So target your audience and talk their language. I mean, it's super important that the bot speaks the same language as the customer. In our case, it's like 20-something funky people, so our bot sometimes tries to be funny, but he's learning a lot also about that. But yes, humanize it would be my suggestion.
And that brings me a question back to Henrik, actually.
Oh.
So how do we help enable that? How do we help them improve and develop more quickly?
Well, that's a good question.
Certainly.
Thank you. Certainly. I think underneath what they're saying here is a desire to be able to work with their bot and get the data in, so then they're in control of how they're going to utilize that data to improve the bot. I think that's really important. So it's not a black box. You actually know what's going on, so you can take charge and do that. And again, the integration bit that Aurora said, really focusing on making it easy to integrate and exchange the data between what comes in and the different systems that we have, so you can actually enhance the tech stack that you use today. I think that's really important. And then the last bit is this is very different from what you usually do online, like a website, UX, copywriting for a website. Suddenly you need to understand what drives a conversation. So that's why having in mind that kind of salesperson is really interesting. And then understanding, depending on, like I said, same Henrik, different needs. I'm there shopping because I need something for my girlfriend tomorrow, otherwise I'll be dead. That's a different need than I'm buying this cool shirt so I can have it on here, right? So understanding that and then changing the conversation, adapting to that, I think is really, really important. And that's part of the stuff that we're working towards.
I completely agree. And
thank you for that.
Well, luckily, right?
Yeah.
And with that, we have a few minutes left, and yes, a question online.
We still have a few questions online, and this is a really good one from Matt. Where do you think it has the most impact to introduce conversational commerce? In the products, the checkouts, the aftercare, support, or somewhere else? What would be your experience, Nadine, Henrik, on this and people online?
Definitely the products. On the product page, that's where people interfere with the bot the most. We also see, of course, in the checkout, but it's without any doubt the product side. If we can get the bot to help the customer before they make the purchase, then we can add on stuff. No, we can help them find the right size, find the right product, the right outfit, everything. So yes, product.
Great answer. And we have another one of, do you have an integration with Shopify? And I believe that it is yes, because Silk operates on Shopify.
Which actually, let's take a question back, because I think this is a good opportunity for you again, Anna, to kind of talk about your prioritization. So do you agree with Nadine on this, and that the product would be the great first step?
Yes, I think so. Yeah, and basically, yes, sizing is vital, at least for us, you know. We ship everything free, so the less mistakes we make, the better for the business. And it's not only about increasing the average order value, which is also very important, but sizing, it's vital. And yes, I agree 100%.
Phenomenal. And then let's take this Shopify question now that we have you.
The Shopify, yes, it works perfectly.
Fantastic answer.
Can I say, because Shopify is a huge platform, so of course we need to be there as well. So yeah, we integrated, and Shopify with their approach with helping small businesses but also large enterprises, that's a perfect fit for our kind of technology. So a big fat yes to that.
Great, thank you, Henrik. And we have one more here as well of what about scalability? How does the bot handle conversations during online sales or clearance events, let's say Black Friday or Christmas or whenever you have events? How does the bot deal with that in your experience?
Great, because I trained it too, so.
Yeah, Henrik is training too for those special dates as well. So if user is looking for any discount, what I mentioned before, they invite to subscribe to the newsletter. So it's going to be the first to know about all of the promotions in Black Friday that they are limited time. So yeah, they are trained as well.
They cover peak seasons.
Yeah, and I think it's a great question because it's about variation in demand, the chats, requests, customer visits, and how that changes. And we have to be able to adapt to that. So once you've built it in once, then it can answer the same thing next time there's Black Friday, etc. So all these different things that come in that we know, Black Friday is coming, but hey, COVID, we didn't know everyone was going home and staying home for a year. That's something that you can respond and react to very fast. And that's a big part of the promise of and the use case of our technology.
Phenomenal. Yes, from the audience.
We have more questions from the audience, and as you can see, we're corona friendly. So I would like also to see more people participate from you guys.
No. Oh, Ivan, you misunderstood me. I didn't actually have a question, but I could ask a question.
I'm sure.
Because I think now having the look at the chatbot during the pre-sales, do you see there's still a need for a chatbot for the whole customer journey? Is it still also the good old-fashioned customer care that will be in focus, or what will happen with that?
And Anna, I'm going to point that question to you.
Yes, thank you. Yes, of course. I mean, it's very different the moment when the chatbot is helping you choose your size, the right size, and when you expect your item to be shipped, but it's not arriving and you have no communication, and then you go and ask Melo, and Melo gives you the tracking number, and it says, it's arriving tomorrow, relax, slow down, everything's going fine. So it's a very different situation. This one is handled by the customer care personality of Melo, and the other one is on the shop. So both of them are still necessary, much necessary, I think.
Yeah, and that brings into the angle of what's next and what kind of the future is looking like. And to help us out a little bit, I'm going to invite a friend on stage, if I may. So I'd like to invite Dario Rodriguez, our other co-founder and CTO, who might have a little something to share.
Woo!
Well, hello everyone. Yeah, I'm here to talk a little bit about the future, and I'm going to give you a small glimpse of our roadmap for the rest of the year and probably next year as well. And yeah, let's just move to my slides. Actually, I'm very glad that I'm the last one, because I've been listening to all of you, and you're talking about some of the bullets that we are going to cover in the next month. So it's really nice to see how we are addressing already the needs and pains that you're facing today. I'm going to talk about 3 areas. First area is better UX. We want to focus on UX for all our different segments. We want better UX for business people. You see, we have some examples here. They are able already to build complex bots not from day one, but then along the way, that baby grows and becomes a nice and complex solution. And better UX for business people, it means we are developing and prototyping already some new widgets that are interacting with the website, not only the way we've seen today, even more and disrupting a little bit what we think today that the website is. And we are also providing better reporting tools. As we have already mentioned earlier before, measuring is key. And it's important to measure success, measure performance, be aware of what is working, what is not working, so we can address that faster. So better metrics, better KPIs, addressing conversions, or addressing different user profiles is something that we're going to be adding. Then we are, of course, also caring for the developers. And for developers, they usually are more into the integration part of things, looking for different APIs or SDKs, integrating the solution in mobile applications, in different scenarios. So we have APIs for driving the conversation programmatically if they want to, or interfering after a checkout payment, for example. The bot will confirm everything is okay. Things like that are also something that we're going to improve. Then our third key segment is the partners. We have Webmify here today, and of course we want to make better solutions for them, improving scalability and maintenance. In mind, some of these agencies, they handle 20, 50 bots, and it's sometimes a hassle for them to keep them on spot. So the solutions that we are developing today will allow this type of scalability and maintenance in a much simpler way. Then second area I want to show you guys is our AI engine. We are building a new AI engine, which algorithms will require some data, obviously. We need to train our bots with data, conversational data, but not all data is needed. It's important that we only care about the right data. And we see very big models are around in the industry where you just dump all Wikipedia or data about a lot of things that are, of course, relevant and gives you some funny conversations, but here we are talking business and we are talking about conversions and improve the top line. And we're catering our algorithms to make sure that the data that we need is easy to label, easy to consume, and easy to train. Another improvement, of course, is that we are enhancing and extending our pool of knowledge domains. Of course, we have a good focus on e-commerce, and that will only grow. And we're going to also add more languages, and we're going to add different intentions and entities, so that data is there, ready to be picked up. Any customer will be able to select and connect it to the bots without having to prepare any data. Of course, if they have their own data, even better. They can put it on top, and then the bot will cater specifically their needs. But we offer already a big pool of data, and that data set will only increase. Yes, continuous learning. You've been discussing about this before, about how the bot has to learn from being a baby and becoming an adult. How that path is taken today is very much manual. Manual about learning about the KPIs, reports, and then going and fixing. We are building some engines that will be able to suggest labels, suggest some new training data based on the collected conversations that the bot has had. So the training becomes easy. You just need to say, okay, this is the data I want to add, and the bot should know about this because it happened in a conversation yesterday. So you just click, and then that will be retrained and added to the bot. And also about reinforced learning is a matter. For example, if we talk about conversions in e-commerce, every path or every flow, conversation flow that leads to a conversion should be rated higher and weighted higher in future conversations, so the bot knows which flows, which answers lead to the right outcome. And that's a very, very important aspect of this engine. And then the third area, which is also tapping into the AI algorithms and logic that we are working on, is our new dialogue manager. Dialogue manager is pretty much the brain behind the scenes, and is the engine that we have to take decisions and address the right answer to the right intention. And when we're talking about intentions, our users or your users or customers, they sometimes not only have one intention, they have different needs. I want to return this product, but by the way, I also want to buy this other one. Or I'm looking for this, but the sizing is not clear. Different needs, and that can be fixed or improved by adding some better context management. So the bot will be able to jump from this context to a completely different question, which is just a standalone question that the bot will fix, and then we're back to where you were going. Basically, we are back to the checkout step or any other main conversation that you had. Another thing that we are working on is this slot filling, which is tapping again into these goal-oriented bots. Some very, very common use case could be bots that are on the pre-sales phase, and those will be rewarded by conversions. These bots are here just to increase revenue, and then that could be one of the main goals. So defining a goal and making sure that the bot is able to collect all the different slots or questions, to ask the right questions for converting, is also something that we are facilitating and making sure that is way easier to accomplish in our platform. Also, multi-language. You've been mentioning it a little bit, that nowadays you want to increase the pool of languages that your bot supports. We already have bots with several languages. The guys from Sales already mentioned, but I know, for example, Casper has 6-7 languages live, different bots. We have that, but of course, it is a time-consuming phase to prepare data for all those languages, and we are just rethinking the concept about that, and this live translation and different elements that we will include in the new dialogue manager, and that is that from design, the bot will be able to cover different languages, as many as you want to enable. And that's it. These are the 3 areas that I wanted to mention. There are many more. There are other things that we are, of course, also tapping into, but those will come probably in another session, maybe later this year, who knows. And I want to hand it over to, I guess, Bea.
Does it work? Okay. Yes. All right, so we're almost done. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Henrik, Nadine, Dario, Anna and Aurora, who joined us online. Thank you to all of those, the few that we were allowed to have in person and the many that tuned in online. Thank you for all of your questions. If all of this sounds good in theory, you don't want to miss the next webinar, actually. It's not going to be this kind of event, but just a webinar where we're going to teach you how to do it in practice. So it might be interesting to tune in. It's on the 9th of June, and we're going to have our customer success rock stars lead that one. So you'll learn a ton of actionable insights, actually, and you'll learn how to do this in practice for your website. We have also selected 3 winners from the quiz that we had during the break, so check your email if you're one of the selected winners. And now I just want to say one last thank you for, to the Certainly staff for making this possible. We've been working quite hard for this, so thank you to all the marketers, developers, designers, customer success people, salespeople, everybody that really contributed to make this happen today and to have this launch event today. So let's have a celebration now. Shall we do a bow? Is it COVID friendly?
Not COVID friendly.